Hi everyone, thanks for watching. This is my reading for Gemini in October 2015. How will the month of October go for Gemini? Well, let's find out. First off though, just a quick announcement. I want to thank all of you for your all the views and the shares and the likes you've given me these past couple months, even though September was pretty late. And so I've been inspired to set up a Patreon page. If you're in a position to think about leaving me a tip for these readings and you found them helpful and useful, well, check it out. I'll leave a link at the end of the video. And now, let's ask the cards. How will the month of October go for Gemini? How will the month of October go for Gemini? How will the month of October go for Gemini? Not a bad place to start out. So, at the center of this card, we have the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is the suit of money, of wealth, of connections, of the earth, of seeds planted and crops sown, of growing and stability. And the king, well, he rules over his domain, this domain of the world, of politics, of career, of money, bringing his strength, his expertise, his solidity to the people around him and in his kingdom. The problem here, the challenge this month for you, Gemini, is strength. With strength and the Chariot, two of the most powerful cards in the tarot, both in positions of difficulty and opposition, I get the sense that this is a time where there's a little bit of personal work that needs to go on. Your challenge is not outside this month. The challenge is not overcoming obstacles, but rather the challenge is coming to grips with your own strength and learning about yourself and interrogating this strength. What is it? Why is it? What do you want to use it for? What kind of leader, what kind of ruler are you going to be? What kind of king are you going to be this month, Gemini? Now, what set this situation up is celebration. There's been a time of happiness, of accomplishment, of prosperity, of joy not too long ago. And it's put you in this position of great strength, which is going to allow you to think about that strength and decide what to do with it. Because here, in your heart, we have the Ace of Wands. Wands is the suit of fire, but it's also, and with that, it's the suit of change, of dynamism, of growth, of personal development. And in this time of mastery with the king, strength, victory, it's time that you can use some of this power on yourself to grow as a person, to develop, to plant new roots, to grow into something even bigger, even greater. In this world, we are never at a final state. We never reach the end of the game and get to enjoy victory forever. Instead, every victory just puts us back at the beginning of a new path to go on through a new set of challenges that help us grow and develop ever more and ever more and ever more. And I know some people have proposed that this is the path through which all of our souls travel through reincarnation. That being on this earth is merely a place for us to learn lessons life after life until we are ready to move on. And whether you believe in that or not, and I'm not quite sure what I believe about a lot of this stuff, nonetheless, I think in our life we can all acknowledge that there is no final resting point or final victory. Rather, we just get ready to take on a new challenge. And this is a time of reorientation. A time for the king to realize that, yes, he is the king, but also he's the page at the same time. Even in our moment of greatest strength, of maturity and mastery, we can always take a step back and realize that there's something that we're still new at, that there's still new paths to follow, that there's still new pursuits to go after, that there's still new strengths and talents to develop as the beginning. The page here holds his pentacle above, newfound and joyous in his possession. Finally got one. Now what am I going to do with it? We can imagine him thinking, or her thinking. And so this is going to be taking you, Gemini, into your subconscious, into the parts of you that aren't really known or integrated as well into the rest of you. We have the moon here drawing things forth, drawing these wolves to howl, drawing beasts from the waters of the unconscious and the emotional world, in drawing them all up onto this new mysterious path into a magical land between the two towers. That's where you're being drawn, and that's where you need to go. And you need to let go of some of this strength and victory and accomplishment that's gotten you here so far. And indeed, here we have temperance in your spot of hopes and fears. This might be telling you that this is not the time to be moderate. This is not the time to be balanced and have everything under control. No, this is a time to start over and to sort of let go of some of that maturity and be immoderate, be over-exuberant like the young can be at times, I've heard. For friends and family, we have here the Knight of Swords. And in my opinion, what this is here is reading is what they're going to see. And they're going to see you charging out into the world, as the knight does, with your ideas held high. It might be, for you, a time of introspection, of refocusing your energies and attention. But it doesn't necessarily look like that. You don't have to worry that everybody's going to look at you and say, oh, what's she doing? Just at the top of the world and now just like focusing and throwing everything away and starting again? What? No. Don't worry about that. This is inner development. People don't see that. And so they're just going to see you going about doing things as normal while you begin something new. We have here at the top of the reading, the Fool. The Fool is not being an idiot. The Fool is at the beginning of his or her journey. At that time in which we know nothing except that we have begun. We're at the beginning of a path, at the beginning of a quest, at the beginning of a long road towards achievement, at the point in which we don't really know what's there, and we're not even sure why we're on this path, but we're on it. It's the path where all of us begin. And all of this points to me that, Gemini, it's a time for you to really think about finding a new orientation, finding a new goal in your life, and setting out on that. Even if it takes you away from your past strengths, even if it seems a little crazy. Because, you know what? The place where you are now, you've done everything you can there, and for you to grow, and for you to keep moving forward and improving as a person, you need to step back and to find a new path. Find a new direction, because you've gone as far as you can in this one. Well, if you found this reading helpful, think about checking out my Patreon and leaving me a tip. Thanks for watching.